Tinder is one of those things where everybody likes the idea of it, but then in practice, nobody enjoys the actual thing itself. Kind of like how I like the idea of eating healthy and going to the gym, but in reality, I can't lose LP playing League of Legends while I lift weights, so really what's the point? Tinder exists because it sells you the dream of being in a relationship while simultaneously hoping that you don't actually get into a relationship, because if you do, then you no longer have a need for the app and they stop making money off of you. However, people are catching on to the fact that Tinder is actually not that great of a website for meeting someone, falling in love, and having a genuine relationship. And this means that Tinder needs to continuously find ways to up the ante in order to make people think that there's a possibility that a hot goth mommy will swipe right back on them. And that brings us to their new plan, Tinder Select, which costs a very reasonable and not at all jaw-dropping $500 a month for, quote, heightened exclusivity. And for those of you right now who are screaming at your screens that you would never pay this much for a Tinder account, that's actually kind of by design. Now, this Tinder Select account specifically is an invite-only membership that is offered to less than 1% of users. Applicants are then accepted and can unlock exclusive perks like early access to new features and a virtual bag for $499. Now, this virtual badge for $499 is very important, and I'll explain why in just a second. But this decision was made by the new CEO, Bernard Kim, who said this: we're rolling into this really exciting time period for Tinder, Kim said earlier this month at a Goldman Sachs conference. First half of the year, we're focused on revenue and building that foundation, getting that revenue growth to become double digits again. And then we can work on these great new innovative features. Now, anyone with half a brain cell will think that that sounds a bit odd, that they're expecting to get the revenue first and then grow. See, most companies offer products that are people pay for, and then the revenue grows. So they give the great innovative features that people love and pay for, and that leads to revenue growth. Tinder is going to try and flip that on its head somehow and get the revenue growth up front and then provide innovative features, but they don't really go into anything about that. But basically, this new CEO he needs to make a good impression. He's brand new to the company, and so he needs some way to prove to stockholders and investments in the board that he is worth every penny of the $24 million they are paying him to be there. So in order to do that, he needs a quick one-step plan in order to make a lot more money, and he has decided that $500 a month memberships for an exclusive top percentage of the Tinder community is the way to go with that. Now, Tinder has several plans currently. We're going to jump over and look at these really quickly because it is actually important to the rest of it. Tinder Plus, you get unlimited likes, unlimited rewinds. Passport to any location means you can match in, say, if you're in California, you can match with people in Florida, and you hide advertisements. This is the basic Tinder experience that people think of when they think of getting Tinder Premium or a Tinder account of some kind. Now, Tinder Gold, next step up, says you can see who likes you, new top picks every day, 5 super likes per week, 1 free boost per month, with a boost being a way that you can appear more often. So for the next half hour, you'll be one of the top people in that area. And then everything you love from Tinder Plus, which is this account. Now, Tinder Platinum, you can message before matching, and this is the most important one that you have to look at and prioritize likes. And then that prioritized likes means that if people are looking at who likes them, then you pop up higher on the little who likes you tab in Tinder. You pop up higher than other people who aren't paying for Tinder Platinum. Next, you can see the likes you've sent in the last 7 days and everything you love from Tinder Gold. Now, for those of you that are curious and realize that there are no pricings of any of these plans on here, that's actually not a bug, it's a feature. There's this study that was done a little while ago in the Netherlands. 96 users were tested and were quoted 31 different prices for the exact same service, with prices ranging from $4.45 to $25.95. Basically, based on your demographics, probably a straight white male in their 30s is far more likely to pay a large amount of money for a Tinder membership, whereas maybe a female in college in her 20s is far less likely to pay a lot of money for it. So Tinder has this kind of dynamic pricing structure where, depending on what demographic you're in and what personalized data they have on you, they are going to charge you more or less for memberships based on how likely you are to pay however much money they think they can get out of you. Now, moving on to what Tinder Select specifically offers you, what you're going to notice is some interesting overlaps. Now, you can direct message. Up to 2 times a week, you can send someone a message without having to match with them first. Note that you can only send a DM via the like sent tab, blah, 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 blah. And for those of you that are thinking this sounds awfully familiar, yeah, that's something that's already offered in Tinder Platinum, message before matching. Okay, well, maybe the next one is good. People will see your profile unblurred in their likes U grid, even if they don't have Gold or Platinum Tinder subscription. Your profile remains prioritized in their likes U grid for 7 days. That sounds great. But it also sounds kind of familiar because see the likes you've sent? Oh, there it is, prioritize likes. You're already prioritized in the Platinum membership. So that's not even a new feature either. Special status. Show off your membership with an exclusive select badge. If you're not interested in adding this badge to your profile, you can opt out of it in settings, whatever. This is the main appeal of Tinder Select, is the select badge. Now, select mode, see and be seen by Tinder's most sought after profile, so you can enjoy a more exceptional connections. And that also sounds great. The people who get the most right swipes in the area, you're gonna appear for all of them. That sounds awesome. Except for the fact that this is also offered in the Platinum membership. Here over the Gold membership, it says 1 free boost a month, which is included in the Platinum membership and is also a thing that you can buy separately. You don't even need to have a Tinder membership in order to be able to do this. It's called the Tinder Boost. What is a boost? Boost allows you to be one of the top profiles in your area for the next 30 minutes. It increases your chance of a match. You can get up to 10 times more profile views. So even this select mode where you're being seen more is not a new or unique feature. VIP experience. Membership spots are limited to less than 1% of users to ensure that you receive the most exclusive experience possible. But then it gives absolutely no details as to what the most exclusive experience possible even is, because everything else that they've listed that's exclusive exists in other places and at other much cheaper membership prices on Tinder. Now, the last thing, some of you might think that maybe this is one that's just unique to this, be among the first people to test special features in advance. Early access. Basically, you get to beta test Tinder. Except this already exists, and it's not even just a Tinder exclusive thing. This is a thing across all of Google Play stores and Google Play apps. You can sign up for this thing called Early Access and Beta Apps. As companies update their apps, these are rolled out to a select few people that sign up in order to be able to test early versions of apps and make sure that they're stable and they run. They give that feedback and all the data back to the company so that they can then roll out their updates on a wider scale and be able to have more stable versions for all the people that aren't interested in beta testing. So even this last early access thing is not even exclusive to Tinder people. It's something that's available for anyone on Android, and possibly there's an Apple version of it as well. I don't know. I am a dirty Android user. So really the only thing that's unique or interesting that's offered by Tinder in the Tinder Select is you get to show off your membership with an exclusive select badge. This is what you're purchasing. You're not purchasing perks or features or a better experience. You are purchasing a status, and with that status comes an assumption of wealth and prosperity and a certain level of class. And it's also going to basically act like a bat signal for gold diggers, but it is an exclusive club that you are buying into. Now, for those of you that are wondering, why is Tinder doing this? Like, what's the point? There are already exclusive rich person dating apps like The League and Raya. So why is Tinder trying to get in on the rich person game? And this is actually a very interesting question and leads us down a bit of a rabbit hole of information. So Tinder, for those of you that might not know, is owned by this company called Match Group. And not only are they owned by Match Group, but Match Group also owns a lot of other online dating platforms that you would be familiar with. In fact, when you think of online dating, probably whatever pops into your head is owned by Match Group, with the one exception being Bumble, which is actually, I believe, still privately owned by the founder, Whitney Hurd. So among the many people that are owned by Match Group is Tinder, Match, Meet IC, OkCupid, Hinge, Plenty of Feed, Our Time, and other global dating brands. I searched around. A lot of these are like region specific, so it's probably not any more that you would recognize, but Tinder, Match, OkCupid, Hinge, and Plenty of Fish are like the big players in the industry. But the Match Group is having a bit of a struggle, with the stocks over the past couple of years being not that great. As you can see, they peaked around this time in October of 2021, so almost exactly 2 years ago, and they've been on a pretty steady decline since then. Now, partially because of this declining stock price, a new CEO stepped in named Bernard Kim, and he now needs to jump in and prove very quickly that he is able to turn things around. He needs to start generating a notably larger amount of money than Tinder already is generating very quickly, and one of the best demographics in order to do that is by targeting lonely men who are in their 30s and have a lot of money. That's kind of the prime demographic for Tinder Select. Now, some interesting statistics around Match Group, and I'm using Match Group and Tinder kind of synonymously because Tinder is Match Group's by far is their largest platform that they're owned. Here's some statistics on Tinder, and this is their growth, as you can see, year over year, but 2021 to 2022, it is the lowest amount of growth. They are continuing to grow, but they're not growing as fast as they had been previously, and this makes a lot of investors want to pull out because maybe they can use that money somewhere else and be making more. more. So here's some interesting statistical things. Tinder's quarterly subscribers, as you can see, 2015 to 2023, they was going up and up and up and up and up. And then here, quarter 3 of 2022, it starts to go down, and it's gone down for several quarters, almost an entire year continuously, as fewer people are signing up for Tinder subscriptions. And that's obviously kind of intuitive, because Tinder is losing its reputation as the place to go to have fun or to get dates, as it's becoming more of a party app, and lots of people aren't really interested or committed, and lots of people that I know have been on Tinder in the past and have lost interest in using its services and have moved on to something else like Bumble or Hinge, which have a better reputation for more serious dating. Now, the last statistic that you might find pretty interesting is this Tinder gender demographics. Tinder gender demographics as of 2021, when they released their numbers, I think for the first time, female 24%, male 75%. This means that if you took 100 Tinder users just randomly and lined them all up, 75 of them would be men and only 25 would be women. This means that the males who are on Tinder are probably far more likely to be paying out because there's so few likes for them. Women, by and large, will get proportionally more likes than men will get, and that makes men more likely to purchase these memberships. And if the men are more likely to pay for memberships, then they're also more likely to pay for very expensive memberships, i.e. that top 1% that Tinder Select is going after. And if you are like me and you think it's really dumb, then you are also like me in that you're part of the 99% that Tinder is not interested in marketing to. You're not part of this uber rich, probably middle-aged 30s to 40s male who is really desperate for a relationship. So in essence, Tinder has an issue where its users are becoming disenchanted with the service and the promises that it brings, and as a result of that, they are unsubscribing. And instead of actually fixing the service, like Tinder probably could and should do, they have plenty of money for it, Tinder has decided to distill their users down into the 1% of the loneliest and richest users and offer them an exclusive solution that also probably won't work. Realistically, if Plus didn't work, if Gold didn't work, and Platinum didn't work, it's probably not likely that Tinder Select is going to work in any kind of a meaningful capacity, because most likely the people that are going to be swiping right on other people that have Tinder Select don't have good, wholesome relationship goals in mind. They're interested in the money. But those people who are willing to pay that $500 a month, and I do believe there will be no shortage of men who are willing to do that, will boost Tinder's revenue, and by association, it will boost that stock price, and it'll make Match Group look really good, and the CEO look really good, so he'll get his juicy bonuses, and Match.com will get a huge spike in stock prices, and welcome to capitalism, everybody. Thanks for watching.